So, you created intellectual property, IP, at Rensselaer. Now what? The first thing, take extra care before disclosing it to anyone outside of Rensselaer. Next, you need to determine whether the IP has any possible value, commercial or otherwise. This is required under Rensselaer policy and is usually pretty easy. But if you don't know whether your creation is IP or the IP's value isn't easy to determine, the Office of Intellectual Property Optimization, also known as IPO, is here to help. Either way, it is always a good idea to disclose IP created at Rensselaer to IPO. We will act to safeguard rights in the IP, protect your interests, and Rensselaer's. If you have to disclose details of the IP to parties outside of Rensselaer, then contact IPO for guidance before disclosing the IP. Why all the fuss? Why should you be careful about disclosing IP you create at Rensselaer? Because disclosing IP you create to parties outside of Rensselaer can jeopardize Rensselaer's rights in the IP. For example, after a creator discloses an invention publicly in the US, they have 1 year to file a patent application, or they may be barred from ever patenting it. Even worse, in most other countries, there is no 1-year grace period. In other words, if a creator publicly discloses an invention before filing a patent application, they are forever barred from patenting it. Seem complicated? Don't worry, IPO is here to provide assistance. In some cases, we at IPO will help develop a strategy to disclose the IP at a high enough level without enough details for someone to take the IP. In other situations, we will help prepare a non-disclosure agreement to ensure the potentially valuable IP is kept confidential. If the public disclosure of IP is imminent or the IP is potentially valuable, IPO may work with outside IP counsel to secure rights in the IP before public disclosure. We are here to make the process as smooth as possible. Please reach out to IPO today.